Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Chris and Tammy. How you guys doing?
We're excited.
Awesome.
We're excited.
Super,
Good morning.
Super excited.
Yeah, super excited, guys. We'll start as always. Welcome, everybody. Nice to have you here. Let's just shout out a bunch of names together. There's Erica, there's Edwin, Andreas, Esther, Stefan, Yvonne. You keep going too, Chris. Let's just
Dr. Kiwi, Eunice, Anthony, Benjamin, Chris, Bekshir. This is awesome. Always there. Let's see here. Keep going, Joe. There's a lot of folks here.
Calvin, Kim. There's too many to name. Thanks for being here, guys. It's awesome. Lots of new things to be. We're going to show you here today. That's coming out in the very, very near future. And so forth. And thank you, Tammy and Chris, for visiting the office here, guys. As you know, we're doing a local little meet and greet at the same time after the webinar. If you're still in the area, drop by right after the webinar. We'd love to have you here, guys. But yeah, I'm super excited. Chris, anything you want to say about what's to come?
Well, you know what, Joe, first of all, I just want to mention that Tammy and I, we've been involved with GotBackup for over just 2 years now. And we've never been here. So we say, you know what? It's a great opportunity to be part of the event. And same time, folks, it's amazing to set up here. It's absolutely amazing. But, folks, what we're going to be seeing here, I'm really excited because a lot of things I was wishing for is actually coming to be. And I really look forward to see what Joel has prepared for you. So, Joel, listen, let's get started. Tammy and I are really excited.
Yeah, and there's nothing like hanging out with Joel and Eve. Okay. We're learning a ton. Even if we've got a lot of experience in the network marketing world, we're learning a lot through the online.
Folks, they're fun people. They're awesome leaders. So back to you, Joel.
All right, thanks, you guys. I'll take you off stage for now, Chris, while I explain a few things, and we'll bring you back up in a little bit. Is that okay? Awesome. Okay. So anyway, guys, welcome. Yeah, super awesome to have you here. Very excited to show you some new things. We were hoping to have all these new features ready for today, but they're not ready. And so this is not a recruiting webinar. This is an update webinar to explain where everything's at and so forth. So I want to take everybody back to the beginning of GotBackup because our second anniversary will be this April 4th. So just a few short days away, and we're going to be 2 years in. So GotBackup has stood the test of time. And what's been really interesting was about 1.5 years in, more and more leaders started to jump on board with GotBackup. A lot of people don't jump on when something's brand new in the fear that it doesn't work out and so forth. And so we couldn't be more excited to show that we are here for a lifetime. We're going to stay here for a lifetime, so on and so forth. So first thing we're going to do is go and explain a little bit of all the improvements we've made since the launch on day one, and then all the amazing things that are about to come out probably within the coming weeks and so forth. So let's talk a little bit about the evolution of GotBackup. For those of you who are using the software, which is roughly about 72% of you, you're going to understand everything that I'm saying. For those of you who haven't used the software yet, please get it installed because that's what's going to get your business to the next level relative to your confidence and so on and so forth. So when we first launched, we launched obviously under the name GotBackup, which implies what? Backup. I just want to back up my stuff. So the first version that we launched wasn't really as much of a backup solution as it was a syncing solution. Okay. So what do I mean by that? When you sync stuff, whatever's in the cloud is going to mirror on the computers that you have the device on. So when we launched the first version, a lot of people would put stuff up into the cloud, but if they deleted it in the cloud because it was a syncing solution, it would delete it on their local computer as well. Okay. So we quickly understood the needs of the market. And that's what we're like as a company, folks. Everything that we're doing, even things that we're going to be showing you today, has been based on your suggestions and so forth. So even though what we're going to show you today, the software is going to continue to evolve day in and day out. It's just like Facebook. It's never going to end. We're always going to add more and more features. So let me share my screen a little bit and talk about where we were as far as phase 2 and so forth. So where's my screen? I lost my screen share. Give me a sec, guys. Let me restart my screen share. One moment. And then so on phase 2 of everything, okay, we went from just a syncing solution to a true backup solution. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Is a lot of people were saying, hey, Joel, like I can put stuff in the cloud, but what happens if I actually lose something on my computer and so forth? So then, hang on. Here we go. So I'm sharing my screen now, guys. Let me come to a neutral page so it's a little easier on your eyes. That's when we launched the true, pure backup solution. A lot of people were saying, hey, you know, I don't know what folders to use. I don't know what to click on. Now you literally click one button here and you'll see it prepares for your backup and it automatically runs your backup. Okay. So people were saying, hey, I thought I was coming here for just a backup solution and so forth. And you're kind of damned if you do, kind of damned if you don't. People really liked that in the software itself. And you can see it's backing up now. Let me just come back to the stage here for a moment and remove that. So we went from a syncing solution to a true, very simple one-click backup solution and a true one-click restore solution. Then people started to say, well, Joel, okay, that's really cool. But now with my backup, can I see all of my backups in the cloud? In other words, going from a pure backup solution to now an also collaborate and share solution. So I'm happy to say that we now have both, okay? Coming very, very soon, you have the ability to collaborate and share everything. You still have a mirror image backup from your computer. What I mean is anything that you change on your computer will automatically update into the cloud every hour. And then now what I'm going to show you today is we also have let's call it and maybe I'll bring Chris and Tammy in to give their perspective on this. We actually have a dumping ground now too, where certain things that you don't want to sync on your computer in the backup, you just put into your collaborate and share, and it's there for a lifetime. So that way, because a lot of people are saying, okay, well, I just want to back up my stuff because I want to be able to clear up space on my hard drive and so forth. So we certainly did that. Maybe Chris, you can give a different perspective on that, on what we're about to show. We're a syncing solution, then we were a backup solution. Now everybody wants the syncing and the solution and the backup and the storage dump and everything in one shot. You got a different perspective on how to explain that?
You know, Joel, what I really like about this is I come across so many people where their laptop is full. And because a laptop is full, they feel, oh, I have to buy a new laptop, and I can't really afford a new laptop. So they live with the issue that occurs when there's no more space on their drive. So what's really cool is when you install the app and you click backup, everything is stored into the cloud. But what I really like, Joel, is what's coming, what you're going to be talking about, where people are going to be able to see all their directories on the spot. And I know that's coming, right? So right now you click on restore and you can restore file at a time or directory at a time. But now you'll be able to see all your files backed up. Knowing that they're there on the cloud safe, you can turn around and get rid of them. And again, don't get rid of file until you know they are on the cloud, folks. Okay, remember this. But now you can start eliminating a lot of the files that most of us, we probably use 5% of files that we stored in our computer. But now we know they're in the cloud, so we can start getting rid of them. And by getting rid of the space that is flooding your computer, now it's going to start running a lot faster and a lot nicer. And what's really cool too is to collaborate and share. What's happening is, let's say you have some files that you want to share with just like you do with Dropbox, right? You just drag and drop the actual directory right into the GotBackup cloud. Once it's there, then you can start, as Joel and I or many of the presenters have been sharing, you just turn around, get the link, share it with someone else, and everybody can access it, and you can start collaborating on files, PowerPoints, and everything else. But there's a lot of interesting things that are coming about that's going to increase your income, but in the same time, it's really going to help you organize yourselves and not having to buy expensive computer and just keep what you have and run like it used to run, because there's more space in your local drive. So don't worry about the details if you don't fully understand that, folks. In the upcoming weeks, we're going to have trainings, how-tos, and everything else on Saturdays, and a lot more to come. So back to you, Joel.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Okay, I always feel rude pulling you out of the stage for now, but it's kind of
No,
weird
no,
to
it's
just
totally
sit there
fine.
and not say much. So anyway, okay, well, that's a great perspective from Chris, guys, and so I just want to yes in the text chat for those of you who've been around since day one. We were a syncing solution, then you wanted a pure backup solution, then you wanted a collaborating solution, all three in one, right? So are most of you following? Just put a yes in the text chat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen again anyway and kind of go through some of that. Okay, a lot of you are saying yes, it kind of makes sense and so forth. So here we are in the cloud, okay? When we first launched, we had our cloud looking just like this, okay? But as Chris was explaining, in order to put stuff into your cloud, you kind of had to drag and drop it in or something like that. As an example, let me go here to my iPhone upload directory. And if I wanted to manually upload something, I could take something on my computer here. Let's take this, and I could drag and drop it, and then it uploads into that directory in the cloud, right? So that was the first version. So there was collaborate and share, but no real way to actually just set and forget and back up your computer. So that's what we did next. We had the computer backups here, which is, you'll see here, my backup was done at 5:42 a.m. or sorry, 9:05 this morning. So just a few minutes ago, because I was running it. And that corresponds to right here, right? So what is running on my computer here is backed up here, okay? So you could see in the current version right now, I have 564,074 files stored in my cloud, okay? So if I wanted to restore those, I simply, but I couldn't see them. I simply come here, I open my control panel, and I click restore files here. And from here, I can go and, of course, restore anything, okay? And so it's going to load my tree, and I can go back and I can restore anything off my computer with the file versioning and so forth. And with us, guys, you're getting versioning for up to a whole year of your backup and so forth, okay? So this takes a little bit of time to load, especially for me, because I have a huge hard drive on my computer. I have a full terabyte there and so forth. And so I can restore from here as well. While that's loading, let me move this and show you a couple other things. So here we can restore, and then here's, well, you know what? You guys know all about this. So let me just oh, come on, I want this to load. Okay, all right. Technical glitch. Well, I guess you can still see. So here, what we added now, guys, I got discombobulated there, is we have show files now. So the last thing people were saying, they're like, great, everything's in my cloud, but I can't see anything in my cloud. Okay. So now even though this looks really simple, it was a monumental task to do, because now we're talking about moving terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of space, not for individual users, but when you have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people using the software, it makes a big difference. Let me go ahead and stop this for now so I can, give me a sec, guys. There we go. I'm going to just shut this down for now so it's not in your face. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. That's on your face. So coming back, what we had here is we have all your files in the cloud, but you could restore, but you couldn't see your files in the cloud or collaborate your files in the cloud. So this feature took us months and months and months to build, not on the programming level, but we recognize now when there's, the average person has 500 gigs on their computer, we had to be able to move things inside our server room very, very quickly. So now, not only do you have the backup of your files in the cloud here, you can actually see all your files, okay? So you come here and it shows literally everything. Users, read, these are all the different folders on my computer. As an example here, this is my pictures here. It's my pictures here as well, right? It's everything that I can see there. I can see right here as well on my computer. So now you can visually see everything that is on your computer in the cloud. And maybe I'll just bring Chris and Tammy back up to give their perspective on that as well. Just a different perspective on that, Chris.
Sure. I know I'm a bit of the techie here, but you see what happened, folks, the reason this is such an important tool, it's because once you back up everything, and it's incremental backup, you turn around, you change one letter in one file, that file will happen to be on the cloud. So when you look at the directory that Joel was showing you, now you can see all the files that are actually mirrored from your computer, and then you can see and confirm they're all there. Once you confirm they're all there, now you know, okay, I know my stuff is safe there. And folks, this is something that I want to underline. GotBackup does not delete anything. You're not going to lose anything. As long, just like you pay for Netflix or any of the services you pay every single month, you will always have access to your stuff. And that's what makes it really interesting as an opportunity and as a business. But back to the use of it is now you can see that, okay, my stuff is there. I don't need to have this on my computer all the time. I just need the things that I use every day, and I can start getting rid of those. And if I need them back, I can grab them from the cloud and download them back into my computer. You can do two options, like the restore that Joel was showing you earlier, or you can just basically select the directory and download it back to your computer. It'll be back there. You see how convenient that is? This is absolutely amazing. Knowing that your files are in the cloud, now you can safely delete it from your computer. And folks, one of the things that when the computer runs slow, of course, there's upgrades in the operating system that companies do that I'm aware of. But the biggest issue is your drive is too full. And computers always access your drives all the time. And if there's no space anymore, then you start having a lot of delays, error messages. All of this will disappear. So
yeah, I went through a lot of that, and I was able to fix everything. Now I've got, like Dr. Kowe was just saying, it's peace of mind, right? You know that everything's safe up there. Whenever you need to grab it, you just bring it back. Yeah, and all the stuff that's going to be coming, we're just super excited on the whole thing. I've never been so organized, because I used to have stuff on my external drive, stuff on my computer, and I had stuff in the cloud. I did Dropbox before, was able to get rid of that. Everything was all over and scattered. Now I'm really structured, and I love it.
And Jill, I really appreciate it. As users, you're giving us an opportunity to share what others are going to experience.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, this is so fantastic. Again, you install the software, click backup, let the software do all the work. Then you go in, you confirm all your stuff is there, and you can start eliminating the files that are cluttering in your computer.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll keep you here for now, but I'm going to share my screen again, Chris. So what we're saying here, guys, is even if you delete something on your local computer, it is never, ever, ever deleted from your cloud unless you come here as an example. Here's my images and so forth. Unless I come here and I physically come here and I remove an image here, which I'm not going to do. Okay. So even though I might come on my computer and delete stuff on my computer, it will always be safe in the cloud. So now we've got all solutions, right? We've got sync and share. We've got true backup, and then backup also by just dumping everything that you want into your cloud seamlessly in real time. So again, the only time something gets deleted from your cloud, not from your computer, is if you come here and you go remove and you put it into your trash can here. Okay. So here's some stuff I have in my trash. I can go and empty my trash out, and that emptied my trash. Now that I've emptied my trash in the cloud, that is gone forever. Okay. But if I come here and I delete stuff off my computer, it's not going to delete it in the cloud. So you've got sync, backup and share, pure backup, and literally a dumping ground because of the 6 terabytes that you're getting. So very, very, now I know the next question is going to be, okay, Joel, great. Now I can see everything that's on my computer in the cloud. When is it going to happen for me? We were hoping it would happen today. We're still building out some aspects of the infrastructure in the cloud itself. So we had to upgrade everything in our server room from a gigi to 100 gigi. Okay. What that also does, guys, is geez, I keep sharing my screen and stop sharing. What that also means, guys, because the other thing was too, a lot of people, when they were dragging and dropping their uploads, like physically just dropping something into their cloud, you know, if they were in the Philippines or, you know, in Australia or, you know, somewhere really, really, really far from the data center, they said, you know, sometimes it would take too long or whatever. Now the value proposition, install the app, click backup now, and now everything's there. And then every single hour, your stuff will automatically go to the cloud. You don't have to touch it. You don't have to set it and forget it. It's always, always, always going to be there. So does that make sense, everybody? Just put a yes in the text chat if that makes sense. And if it does, we'll move on to some other cool things that we're working on.
Hey, Joel, while this is going on, you know what's so cool? And I know many of you are aware of this, but your phone is a portal. So if you have installed the app on your phone, obviously your pictures are all going to be backed up on the cloud too. Now, here's what's interesting is you can actually access all the information that's in your cloud through your cell phone. Let's say you're at the airport and you forgot a document, or let's say you're getting into an area where you're waiting in line for like, I don't know, hours, and it's your turn and you forgot a document. And you just go to your phone, boom, you get the document, and again, share that's to the teller or the person that's responsible, and then you have it. It's at your fingertip. Folks, there's so much application here. That is so exciting. And once the world gets to understand that, and you provide so much content, Joel, so much value for a price point that everyone can afford, folks, it's hard to turn around from that. We just have to make sure the world knows.
Yeah, it's getting better and better and better. Okay, I'll continue on for now, Chris, and we'll bring you back up again shortly, guys. Thanks a lot, Chris and Tammy. Okay, guys, so I'm glad everybody understood that. So we took a look at what's coming, which is really, really, really cool, okay? And so here's where, and again, I'm a CEO that's very, very honest with everybody. You know, there are always challenges in business. Things have gone really, really well, but here's some other things that people have been saying, okay? So here's some pricing of Dropbox, okay? And so forth. So the other complaint that came in is, and I agree, there are some people making 5 figures in GotBackup alone, but when it's only $9.97 per month, okay, that you can only split up $9.97 so many times without, breaking the bank per se. It's hard to make a lot of money when your product is only $10. So here's the pricing of Dropbox right now. 1 user, 2 terabytes of space, $9.99 a month, okay? If you wanted to go to 3 terabytes of space, okay, 1 user, 3 terabytes of space, $16.58 per month, right? Their price radically goes up. So here's what, before you go, oh gosh, what's changing? Nothing's really changing. We're just adding more for less. So, you guys aren't going to be able to see this very well. So let me share my screen instead. Give me a sec, guys. I'll share my screen and let me come to our development website. And this will probably change in early April or mid-April, maybe the beginning of May. Okay. So for simplicity purposes, okay, we're not changing anything associated with our marketing. Okay. So nothing changes for you guys. You pay what you want to pay, so on and so forth. Nothing's changing for our existing members right now. But when we come out in the future, we still want to create and keep the $9.97 price point. Okay, let me go up and maybe open up Dropbox at the same time, just to compare as an example. And I don't want to, I don't want to log in. Okay, let's go to pricing here. There, we can compare here face to face, okay? So we're still going for $9.97 a month. We're still going to give you 6 separate accounts, 6 terabytes of space. But what we're going to do is it's just your backup of all your computers, or 6 computers, backup of 6 mobile devices for each of the 6 separate accounts, 6 terabytes of space, just your backup space. Okay. And there's a lot of companies that charge $9.97 a month just to back up one friggin' computer, just one computer. Okay. So that's not changing. Now, we can't keep giving everything for $10 a month. One, for every new feature that we put out there, it costs us money. But also our affiliates are saying, Joel, like, I want to make even more money too. So imagine if a lot of people started going at $19.97 a month, your commissions are going to double. Okay. But we wanted to make sure that we're adding even more insane value. So does everybody understand? Come either early April or May, of course, you guys will get an email. These new packages will come out, and just to back up all your devices, all your mobile devices, all your computers. Well, hopefully you don't have more than 6 mobile devices and more than 6 computers, still 6 terabytes of space, 6 separate accounts. And we're going to give people 30 days to restore deleted files. Does everybody understand that so far? Put a yes in the text chat if you understand that, and we'll bring Chris and Tammy back up for a second.
I was putting my yes.
Okay, good. There's a delay there. I just want to make sure there's more yeses. Okay, good. So still, and we want to keep that price point because they're, like I've said, guys, we have an office in India. We have an office in Ukraine. I've traveled the world. We want this business opportunity to be affordable anywhere, anytime. And even at $20, guys, it's still affordable for anywhere in the world. But for people who just say, because we've heard it in our help desk 100 times, Joel, the collaborate and share, I don't get any of that. I don't want any of that. I just want to safely back up my mobile device. I want to safely back up my computer. I want to know that it's there and safe. Give me peace of mind. Great. That's there. Okay. So let's share my screen again. And whoop. One sec, guys. Share a screen again. So that's what we're going to give for the $997. Still the same price point, $20 a year to be a reseller if they want to be. What we're going to be bringing out, because we know our metrics and you know how much data we're storing and all that kind of stuff. This is going to come next, the Pro Suite and Share. So it's still 6 separate accounts, but now instead of 6 terabytes of space for your pure backup, we're going to start giving you unlimited backup. How can we do that? After 2 years of being in business, guys, we know the metrics of the business now, okay? You're going to be able to restore any file that you want for up to 1 year. We're talking purely just your backup, okay? You're going to be able to back up still unlimited tablets and mobile devices, unlimited computers, okay? Then we're going to actually change this to 6, so 6 terabytes. So now we're giving you unlimited. Let me make sure you guys understand this. Unlimited pure backup plus an additional 6 terabytes of the collaborate and share. The collaborate and share is all this part of when you want to, you know, share stuff, open stuff, collaborate on a PowerPoint together. So in this section, for the $1997 a month, you're going to get unlimited space in your pure backup. Then you're going to get an additional 6 terabytes of space for your collaborate and share. And that's, again, how we did it before, sharing all 6 accounts, the 6 terabytes of space. So coming back again, the first package, which a lot of people said, Joel, collaborate, share, it's this, that. I don't get it. I just want to know that my computer and my mobile devices are backed up. That's where you'll stay. For the more advanced users who are using a lot of it, we're going to give you unlimited backup for all your devices, the pure backup. And again, the backup, I know I'm repeating myself. I just want to be clear. So for this portion, unlimited space for the collaborate and share here, we're going to give you, I'll change this. We didn't change it. We'll change that to 6,000 gigabytes, which is 6 terabytes. Okay. And that way, what you're going to be also able to do, which I don't have enabled here, is if you have the upgraded version, right now you'll be able, so when you're doing the pure backup, you'll be able to see everything's in the cloud. It's hunky-dory, you're happy. What you're going to be able to do with this is you're going to be able to come here and maybe share files, okay, with the upgraded version. So the first version is just pure backup. The other version is a lot more storage space, plus the collaborate and share for all your 6 accounts for $19.97 per month. So again, guys, does that make sense? And Chris, maybe you have something, a different perspective on that as well.
Joe, you're a master of providing value that is just out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't compare at all whatsoever. Again, let's think of this rationally. You're right now, whatever you have is pretty much the same. What he's saying is with the upgraded version, when you click that button to back up your computer, it does the full backup on the cloud. Okay. Now you'll have access to see all your files, which you get when you get the 997. But what he's saying is with the upgraded version, you will be able also to collaborate and share the files that are automatically backed up to the cloud. This is very, very, very powerful. Very powerful. And we could go on and on here, Joel, but I don't want to overstep here. So it's just
Sure.
the value you provide is unbelievable,
Yeah.
unlimited. I've never seen that in my life. And the thing, Joel, that is so important, Tammy and I love our team with a passion.
Yeah.
And not just our team, we want people to succeed. We want people to be able to live a good life. It is just so important to us. And that's why we pour so much into our trainings.
Yeah.
So when you give a price point that everybody can afford with an income possibilities that could be unlimited based on the growth of your organization, it's just I'm excited. I'm lost for words on how impressive and the opportunity we all have here with what you're providing.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. And things are really, moving in a really, really positive direction, guys. Like, we will still continue to work on the software day in and day out to make it better and better and better. So it looks like everybody so far is understanding. So again, now we're giving you 2 storage spaces: pure backup, unlimited pure backup, and additional storage for collaborate and share. Okay. For just $19.97 a month. So if I go and share my screen again and we come back to Dropbox, okay, just as an example, because our product, in my humble opinion, once this last feature is released, we are just as good as Dropbox, but even better because our pricing is better and we are simpler. Okay. I'm telling you, we're simpler than Dropbox relative to all the features. So if we go to their build monthly, okay, coming back again, just showing all the value. 1 user, 2 terabytes of space, 30 days to restore deleted files, $11.99 a month. Okay. If they want 3 terabytes of space, it's $20 a month, 1 user, and so on and so forth. And, and as you move up, and then when you start getting into business, it's a minimum of 3 users, right? 3 plus users. So $18 plus times 3. So almost $60, right? $55. Still only 180 days to restore your deleted files. We're giving people 1 full year. Okay. So I think I've honed in enough that the value is absolutely going to be incredible moving forward as well. And by the way, Dropbox, understand this, guys, does not have a pure backup solution. It's just collaborate and share. So we're offering you pure backup and collaborate and share for the same price point that is here, except for it's 1 users and 3 terabytes. We're 6 users, unlimited pure backup. Well, let me come back here. We're 6 users, unlimited backup for your computers, unlimited backup for your mobile devices, unlimited cloud storage for your pure backups, and then an additional 6 terabytes of space for all your collaborate and share. Okay. So I think that makes sense to everybody. Nice and clear so far. I hope so anyway.
And Joe, there's a question from Aman here that I think he misunderstood what you meant when it says after 30 days, anything saved from your computer, phone will be deleted. What you're referring to is if you delete those files and they end up in your delete folder and you delete it, then it'll be there for 30 days and then the company will get rid of it because you chose to delete it. It's not going to delete what you chose to back up on the cloud. That will stay there forever.
No.
Just want to clarify that.
It's just restoring. Yeah. Again, once the app puts something into the cloud, it's there forever. If you delete it on your computer, it will not delete it in the cloud. The only time things will get deleted from the cloud is if you're physically in your cloud and you delete something from your cloud, like I showed earlier. Does that make sense, guys? I think, is that a little bit more clear I think that is, Chris, you guys?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And again, we'll have trainings and we'll be able to share everything as people understand the value, folks. Is it's first of all, your stuff is safe and the value is unmatchable.
Yeah. And then that way, for people who are all over the globe, 6,000 miles away, because here's the thing. we talked about putting servers or co-locating servers in data centers around the world. Guys, way too expensive. Okay, if we want to keep our price point as insanely value as it is. So by using the app, let the app do all the work because it compresses everything. You don't have to sit there and drag and drop. Hit backup on the app. Everything's in your cloud. If you got the collaborate and share, you can share and collaborate anything right off your computer as well. Okay. So I'm glad that makes sense. Now, on to something brand new that I'm really excited to be partnering with Chris and Tammy on this, guys. The amount of compliments that we've had in our help desk, and I'll almost get emotional, of Chris and Tammy, guys, unbelievable. You struck gold, you hit diamond. These people are the best I've ever seen. And I couldn't not agree more. Like, just what you guys do. No wonder you're 7-figure earners in this industry. Like, guys, these two go night and day in and day out. They're calling people like crazy, all that kind of stuff. So finally, after doing this for 25 years, I've been asked for, probably after 5 years into my career, so let's say back in early 2000, 2001, Joel, can you please teach me everything you know about online marketing? Joel, can you please start a coaching program? Joel, this. And I never wanted to do it, guys, for a couple reasons. One, like Chris and Tammy, we share a lot of the same values. Man, if I'm going to do coaching, I want to put my heart and soul into it. And, you know, for me, guys, being the CEO of the company, this is how my day goes. When I wake up, I spend about 4 or 5 hours a day with our development team. Then I spend another hour or two with our team in-house here. And then I've got many other things to do. So the thought of doing more kind of gave me anxiety over the years, because it's like, guys, I'm busy 8, 12, 10 hours a day just working on the back end of the company. But when Chris and Tammy jumped on board, I saw such a compliment. Guys, I know the internet marketing world inside and out, okay? Chris and Tammy know the network marketing world, the belly-to-belly marketing parts that I was weak at, inside and out, okay? So this is 2 reasons why I was like, I really want to do this. One, having Chris and Tammy as a JV partner and a true partner and family on this. I've watched all their coaching that they've done so far. Blows me away every single time, okay? So now we created a complement. Well, we'll go through the slides where you know, where you just feel like someone's got your back. You guys, everybody on this webinar has always had my back, but now doing the coaching and collaborating combined, now we feel like I didn't want to do it as well because, you know, running a network marketing company and the CEO being weak on network marketing skills, of belly-to-belly network marketing skills, made me feel like, well, if I do coaching and I only do the internet marketing side and I don't know a lot about the belly-to-belly marketing side, I'm not providing full value into it. So Chris and Tammy, is there something, like, give your perspective on all of this, because we're really excited to be releasing this to you guys, and it's going to create a new income stream and massive commissions for you guys. So your perspective, Chris and Tammy?
Sure, absolutely. Very quickly, what happens is right now, as you can see, we have value, a product and a service that is unbelievable, that is unbeatable. But the point is, we know that people sometimes have a hard time telling others about it for lack of confidence, lack of skills. And Tammy and I have spent, I mean, so much of our financial resources over the past 20 years learning. And as I mentioned, it is very important for us to succeed. So now to combine a wonderful service and an opportunity, what if we combine training content, not just the network marketing content, but the affiliate marketing content? And folks, this is powerful. This is very powerful. You know that how much program costs to be able to be mentored by professionals that have made 7-figure in this industry. What if we could make it so it's really reachable for you to access everything that you would pay a lot of money to acquire the kind of training we've acquired? This is what we're talking about, Jill. So I know, Tammy, you want to add something to this?
Yeah, we absolutely love the training aspect. We love watching people evolve and grow in their skills, in their posture, in their mindset, and it just creates a lot of thrill for us. And because people had invested into us growing into the industry, right? And of course, we started to pay to get those advanced trainings, and everybody who knows us know that we've paid some pretty big bucks to get trained out there. And now we just want to share everything that we know, right? And it's not just the knowledge; it's the experience, you guys. It's being in the field. It's in the trenches, launching countries, stuff like that. Understanding culture, different country cultures. I mean, we can go on, and that's something that we've developed and learned over the last 25 plus years. I think for me, it's been 26. 20, I think it'll be 27 years in May that I've been in the industry, and Chris a couple years more. But I'm super thrilled, Joel, to learn what you do. So to have that combination, oh my gosh, we're unstoppable. All of us are unstoppable if we can do it all.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the combination that makes me feel really excited for everybody as well. You know, I really know the online marketing world and the affiliate marketing world, and you guys, as you just explained, know how to launch countries, you know how to work belly to belly with people, so on and so forth. And so we wanted to put this together. Now, I know between Chris and Tammy and myself, I'm not going to give the exact number, but when they say we've invested a lot of money, just between the two of us over the last year and a half, it's been over $60,000 in our education. Okay. Now we know that, and it's worth every penny. Okay. The last course I took with Onyx Singal, who is a very, very good internet marketer. Okay. You always learn new things. Okay. Chris and Tammy have gotten some of the best education from the best network marketing educators in the world. Okay. And I'm not embellishing even for a second to say between the two of us spent over $60,000. And what we want to do is we want to take that training onto you at a much lower price point. You're going to see like ridiculously way less, but also this is going to create a new income stream and new commissions for you in the company as well. Okay. So let's continue to move forward a little bit. Okay. So here's why another big aha moment for me, why I wanted to combine the two into one. As you guys know, in your members area, you have something called your lead capture system. Okay. The nutshell of internet marketing is to build your email list or build your contact list and then email those people often to generate know, like, and trust with people. What shocked me to death is we gave you the lead capture system to be able to generate data and generate leads. Those are your leads forever. Okay. Understand this. When you're playing on social media, you're subject to algorithm changes. You're subject to shadow banning. You're subject to some of your posts being deleted because whether it's Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media platform, TikTok, you are renting space from those companies. You do not own that space. And I've seen people's Instagram accounts get hacked and lost. I've seen people lose their Facebook accounts for violation policy that they didn't even know was. When you build your email list, nobody can take that away from you. Okay. It's your data and it's your list. So when we started to, when we put the lead capture system in there, guys, it's called your unconscious competence. You don't realize how much you know because you've learned so much over the years. And I was shocked to see that less than 1% of people that were generating leads in their lead capture system were actually even sending those people even one email. And when you think about that, somebody comes to your opt-in form at GotBackup, they opt in, they're giving their name and their email. What are they saying? They're saying, I want to hear from you. I gave you my name. I gave you my email. Please tell me more about yourself. Tell me more about this opportunity. And then less than 1% of you are even sending an email. What does that do for the credibility or the confidence for the person on the other end? They're like, I was expecting to hear from somebody and I got ghosted. I got ghosted on my first date, right? But what I realized was it's like, oh, it's not that they don't want to use the lead capture system. They simply don't understand the value and the why of the lead capture system. Believe me, if you understood the why and the value, then things will change. Okay. So We're here to help you with all of that, both on the network marketing side and the internet marketing side. You're getting three people with different skill sets combined into one to help you generate and by the way, guys, what we're going to be talking. Well, here, Chris, anything you want to say? Because you're a big part of this.
No, Joel, you're right on target here. At the end of the day, what's important is we got to help people develop the skills and mainly be aware of what needs to be done. And most people have what it takes. You just don't know that they have what it takes. And by having these trainings, we're going to help you not only discover those skills that you have, but let's start practicing them to sharpen them. And that's what's so important. I mean, Tammy and I have learned from the Worry family. We've learned from John C. Maxwell. We've learned from Anthony Robbins. I could go on and on and on and on and on over the years, and all this knowledge in here. And now, you know what's interesting? I was telling Joel, all these events that we're taking, we are seeing right now the pattern that are repeated among all these people, and it's embedded into our head. And not only we know it, we lived it, and we also living the results by having, for example, we live in Florida half the year and in Canada half the year, right? It's obviously what's going on in the world, it's a concern, but at the end of the day, when you have information like this and knowledge that can really subsidize whatever's coming in and what's thrown at you, folks, you become invincible. So this is what I mean by the information that you're going to learn by learning how to build an organization and to build your business with what we provide with GotBackup and everything that's coming to you, folks. There's no limit. So, sorry, Tammy.
So
I know
true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Yeah, and you're right, Joel. I mean, a lot of people in the network marketing space, we're just so used to that belly to belly, and it's learning new skills. And you take both experiences, and you put this to action, you're going to do extremely well. You want to increase your income. This is the way to do it. Get the right coaching from the right people who can guide you to the levels that you want to get at. That's
again,
for sure.
at an affordable price. At an affordable price.
Oh my God!
Not a price that you can't afford, folks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. An affordable price, but at a price point that's going to radically increase your commissions as well, guys. So again, when you look at the amount of mistakes I've made over the years, and Chris, and how much we've learned from our mistakes, you'll never have any other mistakes by literally following us step by step on how to do things. Again, both on the internet marketing side, which I'm fully committed, invested in doing, and on the network marketing side. Okay. Because, it's funny, I've always told everybody I'm kind of a bit of an introvert extrovert, meaning when I first meet you, I'm a little reserved, a little shy, and then I come out of my shell a little bit. And yesterday, Chris and I were Tammy talking, and it was either Chris, one of the two of you said, Joel, can you explain in a nutshell how you built your business? And I said, well, I can tell you what I haven't done. I haven't belly to belly recruited somebody in 20 years. I haven't made a single phone call to somebody in 20 years. All that kind of stuff. They're like, what? Like, that sounds pretty attractive. I'm like, I'm just telling you the truth. They're like, how did you do it? I did it by, let me share my screen. Building my email list. This is just one of my email lists, guys. I've got 338,663 people on my email list. I shared one other time, guys. Now, in the early days of email marketing, and by the way, guys, because a lot of you are so new to this, this is not spam. This is 338,663 people who opted in off of this website here. I'm not here to promote myself. I'm just, this will be part of your coaching, but I want to show you guys. Oh, it helps if I spelt my own name properly. And here's my website. So all this here, right here, these 338,000 people came from opting in here or one of my other websites. I have more than one website running and so forth and stuff like that. Okay. This is gold. This isn't subject to algorithm changes. This isn't subject to my account getting shut down at Facebook. This is something I own and own for a lifetime. Now, people are in control when you send them emails. You'll see here, out of the 338,000, 32,385 people said, you know what? I went through Joel's emails, not interested, unsubscribing, or I don't like Joel, unsubscribing, whatever. So, you know, you want to email people. I'm getting more into the coaching, but you want to email people at least 3 times a week. Okay. Building up your email list to these numbers to get people to know, like, and trust you. It's just like having a relationship, a belly to belly relationship. You know, when you first start dating, you go on 1 date a week. Then after that, you start seeing each other twice a week. Then it ends up to 3 times a week. Then it ends up you start seeing each other 5 times a week. Then the next question is you're either popping the question to get married, or you're saying maybe we should move in together. That's the logical process of how you build your email list as well. Okay, you want to email people often and so forth. And anyway, I'm getting off track. Okay, so we're going to give you the exact roadmap that I've used over the past 25 years. To do over $300 million in sales online. And again, it's just the truth. Never called anybody, never solicited anybody, never got the rejection, never did a home party, never did a hotel party. Yes, we've done convention and events, okay? But it's just no fluff results, okay? This is not for all of you. In fact, I would say it's not for most of you, okay? And what do I mean by that? Most of our members, just like they say, I just want to back up my stuff. I don't really want to go back to school to learn how to use the software. A lot of people say, I just want to make a few extra bucks. So if I can share my link with a few people and maybe break even, you know, I'm not willing to start educating myself and so forth. This is for serious, and I mean dead serious people only. Okay. So can't say enough good things about Chris and Tammy. In their last company, they built a downline of over 600,000 people. They've mentored and coached thousands of people all over the world. When we went to go do our 2 events in Toronto, I mean, the amount of praise people said about these 2 is absolutely unbelievable. They're really, really completely committed to your success. I see that, guys. You know, I was sitting with Chris yesterday, and because, you know, this type of environment is a little bit new for him, he was nervous and scared. Why? I understood. Because him and Tammy, and sorry, Tammy, when I say Chris, I mean both.
No, I know.
You know,
I know.
I talk to Chris a lot more than I talk to Tammy on a daily basis. So I apologize, Tammy.
No worries.
But he was nervous, and it's because they care so much, just like me. Like, you know, when I had to rush and go meet with my father, who's now in Texas, he's actually at our meet and greet on the other side of this wall. They're like, Joel, we got your webinars, we got everything just like that. Like, don't worry. Chris ran into some family challenges. Joel, can you do my webinar for me? Absolutely. Like, just stand up people that care so deeply about your success. Okay. So why don't you talk a little bit more about your decades of experience here, Chris, or Tammy, and so forth.
Yeah. Sorry. I know I'm always you. You want to go first?
No, it's been a lot of fun. We love people. Obviously, you all know that. Anybody who shows up on our stuff, they know that. And we have such a passion and drive to help people develop themselves personally and professionally. And, you know, traveling into different countries has been a lot of fun. We've learned a ton from other countries. We've learned so much over the years, and bringing these experiences back is great. But I have to tell you that in the last 5 years, we had to learn how to do things online, and it's been different, you know, behind a screen than belly to belly in an audience and having some fun. But we love both, and yeah, we're just passionate about people. Yeah.
And you know, Joel, that's the thing, and you can probably move on to the next slide here. You know, what Tammy and I have done, and this is what we've done very, very well, is we jump into a plane, we go into the markets, we partner with the local people in the market, we transcend what we know, and they know how to communicate within their local market based on the way you communicate with the knowledge that we add. And that's what we've done. We've always partnered. And that partnership as the reason why we've built such a massive organization. You can see on the top left is one of a retreat in the Philippines. You can see here in Ghana, I say, who wants to be a diamond? And everybody rolls their hand and very, very excited. It was, and then we have
an event in South Africa.
That was an event on the bottom right in South Africa. With all the top leaders. Most of these people here were diamonds and above. And it's crazy. And again, folks, it's not because they have more skills than anybody else. It's because they've learned how to tap into what you already have. And that's what we want to help you. And it's true when Joel says this, I'm nervous because I want to over deliver. I want to make sure that whatever we provide that you will use, but you have to go to school and you have to do your homework. And folks, we're not talking here difficult things.
No.
You just have to show up for class so you're aware of what is going on and what you need to improve and evolve into. So moving on to the next slide, Joel, we've created a movement. I remember for us, which is important is we used to say, we want to break the cycle of poverty. Now that's a pretty big statement, but we can do that to one person at a time. And to that one person, we met influencers that have impacted thousands, tens of thousands of people because of one person, folks.
Mm-hmm.
So never underestimate the impact you can do in the world by helping one person succeed, specifically if it's a person who has the power of influence. So, and these are the things we're going to show you how we tap into all of this. But folks, at the end of the day, the future is so bright. I'm very excited. Price point everybody can afford. Now let's pour into the knowledge into you so you can translate information, not just for you, but to your downline. And it's important to have an open mindset to be able to expand. And I know, Tammy, in the top right corner, you had an event for the ladies, which was really cool.
That was the first one. The other one, there was so many women, but I've always had a passion to help women. When I came into the network marketing arena, I was a single mom, and it wasn't easy. So to be able to build a business and to be able to come back home, because I was always away from my kids, and I want to help as many women as I can to succeed in this business. Of course, I love helping men as well, but I have an internal emotion when it comes to being away from your young children when they were small. Yeah.
So back to you, Joel.
Yeah,
really
go
appreciate
ahead.
the opportunity to share. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, I don't want to edify myself. Give me your perspective on my knowledge, I guess. If you
But
guys,
Joel,
We've
here's the
watched you
thing.
grow for years.
I am as excited as probably some of you here to learn from you.
Mhm.
What you've accomplished is unbelievable. I remember back in, I don't know what year it was, 2000, I guess, 2001, 1997. I forgot exact date. But I remember going to the house where you had your servers. It was in the basement. And it made me think today of like Apple, where they started from a garage, and look at them today. And I'm here in the 10,000 square feet data center. It is massive. And the setup is unbelievable. Joel, you've done that without, we went and traveled all over the world, meet people to people, belly to belly and everything else. Now, if we can combine what you have and the information you have to create what you created without meeting one person live, I mean, holy mackerel, folks, this is what you are exposed to. This is what you're going to be exposed to. So Joel, listen, it's just unbelievable. And I've seen some of your coaching program. So we're really, really, really excited to learn from you also.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. And again, guys, I've, the big aha moment for me was when only less than 1% of people were actually utilizing the tools to help expand your know, like, and trust across the internet, which is your lead capture system. And that was the aha moment. I knew it's not that they didn't want to use it, they couldn't or understand the value of it. Okay, guys. So anyway, let's move on. So Boss Street helps you in two ways. It's going to literally be everything Chris, Tammy, and I have learned over the past 25 years combined. So when you combine all three of us, that's about 75 years of experience. And so Boss Street, here's where I need you to pay a little bit more attention, because this, there's going to be a realization, I guess, on the next slide. Okay. Boss Street is a brand new retail product to generate more commissions in your GotBackup downline. So let me explain for a little bit more clarity. So on this slide here, you'll see at the top, just beside the sniper host, is GotBackup. We launched GotBackup, as you guys know, 2 years ago. But GVO, the company in the middle that owns all these different retail products, okay, has been around since 2007. That's before I moved to Texas. In Canada, we were called Telco Advertising Limited. When we moved to Texas, it became GVO in March of 2007. What most of you didn't realize is you thought GotBackup was the actual corporate company. No, GotBackup is just a retail product of GVO. Does that make sense, Chris and Tammy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like in other network marketing companies, you might have a weight loss supplement, and you might have a skincare supplement, or you might have a glutathione supplement or whatever, right? Companies have multiple products and services. Why? Because for companies to grow, they need multiple products and services, right? You don't go to the car dealership and then they only sell one type of car. Of course not. They've got sedans and, blue, red, all the variety and stuff like that. So does that make sense, guys? Understand that even though 99% of you came through the door as GotBackup, you're really part of a much larger ecosystem of our corporate company called Global Virtual Opportunities. Global Virtual Opportunities runs GotBackup. It runs Sniper Host, which is our hosting company. It runs SendShark, which is our autoresponder company. It runs My Own Meeting. It runs Viduver, which is our video streaming service. It runs Testimonial Generator. These are all tools that are out there on the internet right now that come into the same compensation plan and feed you commissions. Now, GotBackup, because we spent so much of our marketing time on that, is by far our most popular product right now. Second to that is SendShark, okay? Why? Because build your list, make your money, use your autoresponder. That's what SendShark is. It's the number one tool to generate success online in internet marketing. So I'm sure many of you, without realizing it, probably got an email saying you had a SendShark member in your downline. We've had a few help desk tickets like that where people said, I'm a member of GotBackup, but some guy in my downline joined SendShark. What's that? And then we just explained, it's just another retail product that feeds the same compensation plan.
Cool.
Does that make sense, Chris and Tammy?
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
this is really exciting.
Yeah.
Folks are
Okay.
going to really love this.
Exactly. So as a Boss Street member, you will have a new link, okay? Not this week, okay? We want to onboard you all. For those of you who invest in the coaching, we want to onboard you all. And then you'll have your own affiliate link, Boss Street, username.bossstreet.com, where you'll be able to promote the coaching as well if you want to. Now, I want to talk about an ascension model as well. So as a Boss Street member, you're going to collect 25% on all your direct referrals that take Boss Street. Then you're going to have a level 2, which is more like an affiliate program, okay? A 2-tiered compensation plan, 25% direct, 10% level 2, 60% payout. The other 40% is going to go in to feed the rest of our compensation plan, like our binary cycles and our bonuses for leadership and all that kind of stuff. So this is very, very important as well too, guys. Let me come off this slide because I want to explain it more in conventional business and by using a story, okay? 15 years ago, I was a Microsoft guy. Microsoft, everything was Microsoft. Then one day, I bought myself my own iPhone. Fell in love with my iPhone. I'm like, man, this is just cool. I mean, we're all addicted to this now, right? But because I had such a great experience with the iPhone, now, I mean, it's all Macs in this office. There's a few Windows computers because we have to test there. The point being is I got my iPhone, fell in love with it so much, I became a big believer in all Apple products. But here's the other thing I want you guys to understand. If you want to become super wealthy with us as well, is if Apple only sold the iPhone, they would not have $60 billion in cash, okay? Why? I bought my iPhone, then I bought my MacBook, then I bought a desktop computer, then I went on to Apple iTunes, and then Apple TV, and Apple this, and Apple that. Guys, it's those companies that become almost trillion-dollar companies. Another equivalent is if Amazon stayed with only selling books, right? They got really successful in the beginning selling books. Now you can buy your tooth floss on Amazon. Why? It's extra revenue. It's called an ascension model. Get people in for very, very inexpensive. Get them to know, like, and trust your products and services. And it's much better that, in other words, a lot of you are getting coaching elsewhere. Why not buy your coaching in the same ecosystem that's going to feed your compensation plan and put more money into your pockets, right, guys? So that's what it is here. So we're going to pay you 25% direct, meaning with 4 referrals, your coaching will be for free. And we're going to pay 10% on level 2. And then the other 40%, of course, 20% we want to keep as a profit. The other 20% we want to keep for other things and so forth as well, like feeding the binary, feeding bonuses, so on and so forth. Okay. So, like I said already, Boss Street is not for everyone. Our coaching is not just fluff. It's combined with real world, real life products. So what do I mean by that? When you become a Boss Street member, we're going to teach you how to brand yourself so that you can effectively sell any and all of our tools. Okay. That's why it's not for everyone, because for the wrong person, they join GotBackup. Okay. And I'm just, again, being honest with you guys. Oh, I have to watch a video. I'll cancel my account. I just wanted to make money. And I'm like, what? Like, oh, I signed up last night. I don't want to watch any videos. So that's why I mean it's not for everybody, right? Okay. Real life, no fluff, all the mistakes we've made, all the successes we've had, all the things that we've had to learn to build an 8-figure business online. Okay. So this is not for the average newbie who says, but I don't want to learn. I just want to make some side money. Do not join Boss Street. This is for committed and very coachable people who want to potentially make millions online. I wish I could guarantee, I will tell you this, everything I'm going to teach you, I've done 8 figures a year. Okay. Without a doubt, 9 figures in my lifetime. Okay. Can I say you're going to do the same? Absolutely not. I can't, because I don't know your work ethic, but I can tell you, we will give you the exact blueprint of the multi 7 figures that Chris and Tammy have made, combined with, and being brutally honest, no, the 8 figures that I do per year is not in my pocket. Okay. We've got overhead, we've got a company, we've got people to pay, so on and so forth. So it's for committed people only. Boss Street is for people who are self-reliant and self-accountable, who are not afraid of hard work and learning, wants to learn what's working and apply it right away. People who are willing to do their homework and learn, and teachable and coachable, understands that advertising is important. So we're going to teach you how to advertise online, both for free and paid advertising. Okay. Because free advertising will only get you so far. Are drama free and always have a positive attitude, guys, because we do get the type of people who join us for $9.97 a month, and the next day they're like, I didn't make $500. So this is a scam, right? It's just the truth. Okay. I want you to be drama free, wants to truly achieve success, no matter the work involved. Okay. No matter the work involved. Consistent, taking daily action, willing to invest in their own success. By nature, you're just a grateful person. And yes, we're going to, you need to know how to Google stuff. Okay. Like an example, the other day I got an email from a lady who was very polite but frustrated. The email says, I've been a member of GotBackup for over a year, and damn it, I don't even know how to back up my computer. So I went and logged in, and sure enough, the last time that she logged into her account was the day that she joined. Well, how are you supposed to learn how to back up your computer if you don't log into your members area, right? So you're going to have all of these qualities, okay? So here's what you're going to learn. I'll let you, Chris and Tammy, talk more about the network marketing side of things here, because that's your expertise.
Sure, absolutely. What's important is to understand the basics, right? The foundation of network marketing, and we'll cover that. Right, understanding the compensation plan, the downline, so you get a better understanding of what you need to do to achieve your goal. The recruitment strategies, we're going to talk about all of these things. Like I mentioned earlier, Tammy and I have been mentored by so many gurus out there, and we see the commonality of everything, and not just one time, but many, many years in a row. So we're going to talk about recruitment strategy. We're going to talk about compensation plan, how to understand a compensation plan, how to build your business based on how the bonuses are coming in. And we're going to talk about the product knowledge, how to master, the benefits and sell the benefits so people understand the value, right? People will be value for themselves. They will pay for it. And again, price point is so affordable. It's unbelievable. We talk about some sell techniques, team management. It's very important, folks, because not everybody kind of communicates the same way. And it's very important sometimes that you adjust to the way a person might be and the way they behave and the way they understand things. And it's important also, we call it emotional intelligence. The more you are educated in that area, the easier it is to connect with the person so the person can relate to the information you're sharing. The legal consideration is very important, folks, because as we build this business, the FTC, is especially when you start having people making a lot of really good money. It's important that you behave in the way you deliver this information and not misleading folks, because it could work against you and against the company. So we'll talk about these things. The persistence and mindset. One of the reasons why Tammy had success, it's not because we're anybody special. We're actually quite humble, but we just never stop. We're the little shooters that keep shooting.
Yes.
We keep shooting. What's a big shooter? It's a little shooter that just keeps shooting. And that's what we're going to talk about. The mindset is everything. Financial literacy, folks, listen, I remember as I was building my businesses, I had some wonderful leaders that were making really good money, and they went to and bought some Land Rovers and Mercedes and super fancy cars in different parts in third world countries. Next thing you know, they spend everything they've made, and then when the rain occurs and something happened, there was a hole, right? So one thing is, it's important to take your money, invest it, right? So you can create that, like the PowerPoint we talk about in GotBackup, where is your retirement. Don't spend all the fruit, as because eventually you age and you want to live from the fruit of your labor. So it's important so folks, there's so much content here. So let's move on to the next slide.
Yeah, because you're entrepreneurs, and it's all about how, the tax benefits and all of that stuff too, right? But, helping people understand their why and building a belief, I think that's a big thing, because a lot of people come into network marketing and they have, they're introverts or they're shy. I know I was. And so it took a lot of training for me to get out of my comfort zone. So we're going to help you build those pillars. Duplication and systems are absolutely key to build a business that doesn't need you. And that's the key, right? Of course, you want to help people get the foundation right, but you want them to duplicate that within their organization. And you want those leaders that you start developing to build and build culture within their organization. And next thing you know, you got this flourishing organization worldwide, and you just sit back and say, oh my God, it started with those seeds, those little seeds, right? So we're going to really get deep into all of this stuff, events, follow-up system, absolutely mastering follow-up. I think a lot of people miss the boat on that. And that's why this email marketing system is so important with the follow-up system, prospecting, inviting, how to get people to come out to events. Yeah, I mean, we're super pumped about all this stuff that we're going to be able to share with you.
So, folks, another thing that's really important, and I know Joe will touch on a lot about this, and I know Tammy and I have been dabbling in it, and in fact, it's been serving us very well, is utilizing social media. But again, it's going to be combined with the knowledge you will learn from Joe, folks. This is really exciting. Time management and daily routine. This is a business. This is a venture. We treat this business as $1 million corporation. And as a matter of fact, it is just that. But this is, what you think about expense. That's what we talked about the mindset earlier. But managing your time, very important. International culture and expansion. We talked a little bit about, you don't go into a market and it's my way or the highway. That will not serve you well. When you go into international market, you go there humbly with the information, you pass on, you transcend, and then they lead their people. You don't lead their people. You lead them. They lead their people. And that's how we partnership. And that's what we've done so well. It doesn't matter what market. We love people and we respect people. And this is how we build a business. We want to share that for you. And of course, leadership development. And I talked about this in some of the trainings, folks. Your business will only be as strong as the amount of leaders you have in your business. If you're saying, well, I don't have any leaders, don't worry about this, folks. We will show you how to build this. And it's not you necessarily, because often I didn't necessarily, today things are different because I've met a lot of people. But when I started, leaders came through people I brought in that were not leaders. So don't think that you need to bring a leader, folks. No. It's crazy. You just need to learn how to identify leadership within your organization, right? Overcoming objections, handling objections. This is such an important thing. And a lot of people are afraid of that, but you shouldn't be afraid of that. And in fact, it's actually really interesting. And you can learn a lot by dealing with objections. And it's just that an objection is good news. That means there's interest. But there's a challenge for me to move forward, and then you overcome that challenge. And as you keep doing that, you evolve.
Yeah, we've got a new training that's coming up that you are going to love, this course that we're putting together. And yeah, so we're super excited to share as much as we can possibly to help you get to the next level.
Yeah, and I think, Joel, that as you're sharing this, it's also important for folks to understand the relationship with GotBackup and Boss Street, and we're building GotBackup, folks. Don't get distracted by all of this. But I'll turn this over to you, Joel.
Sure. So yeah, I just want to mention one thing, guys, is what's really impressive amongst many things is the team that they built and GotBackup already is filled with leadership. Okay. And these people were not leaders before. Many, I would say probably, I mean, I recognize so many people who are texting here on the side of the webinar that are part of your leadership team, Chris. So the key, guys, if there's one takeaway that I've learned the most from them, as you get members, help them become their own leaders. Like the leadership that you have on your team creates retention, it creates duplication, it creates growth, and the leadership starts from within inside yourself, guys. Like one of the biggest mistakes that you can make, and we're going to teach you to do, is we'll be doing our webinars, okay, as an example, and somebody will put in the text chat, help, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been here for 4 months, I haven't made a dime. Is that something you would hear a leader say, even if they never made any money? Do you understand the energy that you're putting out there when you say help, 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 help? No, become the leader and be the one that's helping those people. That's one of the biggest things, guys, that I'm going to be talking about relative to internet marketing. When you help people without expectation in many, many ways, okay, that's how people become magnetically attracted to you. Because they're like, oh, he's not a snake oil salesman. He's just a super nice guy. You'll see on my own personal wall and my personal fan page, guys, I do a lot to invoke any type of emotion. So I put a lot of silly jokes on there. It's just like, like just this one girl, Jasmine, we were talking about Jasmine yesterday on my last post. She's like, your post just put a smile on my face. Good. That's all I want. I'm not trying to sell you, Jasmine. I'm not trying to do this. I'm just trying to put a smile on people's faces. So there's specific ways of getting people to say, I just like that person. I just like that girl. I just like that person through your social media marketing, to where eventually they go, I want to be part of their culture. I want to be part of their team. Okay. So that's where your content marketing comes in, guys, your social media marketing, all your social media marketing. Okay, let me just share my screen. I know we're running a little bit late. We'll give you a link in just a second, guys. But let me just show you this off my social media marketing. So again, all my social media comes to my own personal website. So in the coaching, we're going to show you how to register your own domain name, okay, because you want to brand yourself first, whether you get, and it's so important to get your own domain name that I even have, okay, and this is just a side note, I built a website for my daughter. I built a website for my son, and you can see it's all the same thing as my website, branding herself first, generating leads second. Same thing with my site, branding myself first, generating leads second. So if we come here to my fan page, see, all my social media goes to that website. This website generates me 30 to 35 leads every single day. I didn't have to call them. I didn't have to talk to them. I didn't have to reach out to them. They became magnetically attracted to me. Okay. And then through automation is how I follow up with those people, so on and so forth. Okay. So that's, these are just little tidbits of stuff you're going to learn. So you're going to learn branding, website development, email marketing, social media marketing, your content marketing, doing blogging. All of these things are vitally important. Okay. Then we're going to teach you how to create lead magnets. Okay. Because you're going to eventually want to do paid advertising. As an example, let me just give you one more last example. And I know we're losing some people here, but that's okay. You want to have a lead magnet to offset your advertising when you start doing paid advertising. What do I mean by that? Well, I know right now, guys, okay, for me to get a $9.95 per month GotBackup customer, it costs me between $45 and $50. Okay. So that's a challenge, Because what? If it costs me $50 to get a $10 client, what? I have to wait 5 months now to make my money back? I have to hope and pray that that person's, on my as a paid customer for that time frame? Of course not. You can't scale, right? You want to have lead magnets, and you want to have your own little products and services, whether it's ebooks, digital media, and so forth, to offset your costs. So as an example, at GotBackup, it's $9.95 a month for the product, but then some of you saw our 2 one-time offers. One of them is if you want an extra terabyte of space lifetime for $99. And then if you wanted us to do all your email ad copy, it was $199. Mm-hmm. Why do we do that, guys? It's so that you want to have what's called a self-liquidating offer. You want to do your very, very, very best to break even with your advertising immediately. Because if you at least break even, then you can scale up. Okay. So as an example, with our one-time offers, our statistical average, we turn a $9.95 customer into an initial purchase of about $40. So instead of having to wait 5 months to make my money back, I'm almost making my money back right away, which means I can scale my ads even more. And you can only do that with tracking and reporting, conversion optimization, list building, and so on and so forth. Okay. Does that make sense, Chris and Tammy?
100%.
These are some of the advanced things that you're going to learn so that you can scale your brand higher and higher and higher, because the slow way is through free, right? And I bow down to the influencers on Instagram that have 4 and 5 million followers. Guys, they work their butts off to get to that. So you can still do that, but when you combine that with paid advertising, it scales things up. But in order to do paid advertising, you have to have a lead magnet and a self-liquidating offer so that you can keep pouring more money into your advertising without being out of pocket. Okay. So we're going to teach you. There's overlapping skills on the internet marketing side, the network marketing side, all that kind of stuff. We're going to show you all the digital tools to create automation, proficiency with software, autoresponders, graphic design, use of AI tools, understanding your audience so you know what to put on Facebook. All that is very, very important. We talked already about financial literacy, because there's a lot of things that are, it doesn't matter if it's the affiliate marketing world or the network marketing world, so on and so forth. So if you want to become a member and invest in Boss Street right now, it's going to increase your commissions right away. And these are some of the things that we're going to teach you. If you go to bossstreetcoaching.com, it's going to bring you to your login page. Okay. And you just log in with your regular credentials at bossstreetcoaching.com. It's going to redirect you to your members login. Log in there, and you can get instant access to Boss Street. Now, because this is our first time, what's going to happen is you're going to get instant access to a new members area where you can start networking with other Boss Street people, okay, and so forth. And guess what, guys? When you log in there, you'll see the price point. Right now, for the quick action takers, if you pay for the year upfront, it's $497 for the year, 50% discount, okay? Or you can pay monthly, which is $99.97 per month. So when we said it's way cheaper than the $25,000 I've spent or the 30-some thousand just in the past year that Chris and Tammy spent, we are making this very affordable to the masses. And remember, we have our Ascension model. We're bringing people in at $997 a month for backup. I recognized, and Chris recognized, that people need a lot of coaching. That's our Ascension model. And then we're going to teach you how to sell VidUber, how to sell SendShark, how to sell web hosting, how to sell your own products and services. Because again, if you want to ramp up fast, having a self-liquidating offer on the front end is vitally, vitally important. And you want that self-liquidating offer to be a product that you create, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense? Create your own ebook. Sell that ebook for $20. Now you got $20 in your pocket. It helps you with your self-liquidating offer. That's how you scale and grow and do magnetic marketing online, guys. any questions? Chris, any questions? Anybody out there, any questions?
You know what, Joel, I'm really excited here because now we have the complete package. And the thing, Joel, is you know, some folks might be a little bit confused and what's going on, what's different with BossStreet and GotBackup. Are we building GotBackup? Yes. And maybe, Joel, I can throw this question for you to answer it clearly for everybody else. We are, and you can confirm, we are building our GotBackup business. These are tools that will increase your commission as you start earning, just the same way you get your commissions and GotBackup and everything else. It will increase because of all these other things that you're selling. So in the same time, it will provide you the content, the information, the trainings to sharpen or improve your skills to get to where you want to go. And if you just want to back up your stuff, well, the service is there. So maybe, Joel, you want to clarify if I need any clarification what I just shared.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, I didn't put a slide in of the price point. If you pay for the year, it's $497. We're doing 50% discount for 5 days. Okay. If you decide to pay monthly, it's $99.97. After 5 days, the yearly will still be discounted, but it'll be discounted at $697 rather than $497. Okay, guys. So we're giving you a 50% discount for those and so forth. And again, we're going to teach you that's why it's not for everybody, guys. The amount of trials and tribulations, obviously I've had more success than failures, but we're going to, and same with you guys. I'm sure you've a lot of things like, oh, I'm not going to do that again. Or I learned my lesson here or there. You know, we'll fast track you past those things so you don't make those mistakes, because I get on people's social media all the time and, you know, I'm brushing my teeth with my new magnetic toothbrush, or I'm taking my colostrum here. Like, I mean, it's so friggin' obvious that you're just trying to sell people into your opportunity. And what does that do? It puts you in the NFL, not the National Football League, but the No Friends Left Club. Okay, guys? So many people put their product and I'm taking this and I'm rubbing this cream on. It's like, oh my God, it's so obvious. And then they wonder why they get 1 like or 2 likes and 0 comments. All right. So these are just some of the things we're going to be teaching you guys. Where is the $11.99 enterprise program? I don't know where that was, Pete. Sorry. Do you see any good questions, guys, coming in that we can answer for people before we'll call it a day in the next few minutes?
No, I think, Joel, and I know you're, again, just for folks to make sure they're completely clear that they understand what are we building here, right? Where are we focusing all our energy, and where does BossStreet kind of fit in with all that? Just to clarify.
Yeah. So let me come back to this one slide. Where is this one? There. So remember this slide, guys. So BossStreet is going to be another retail product that will help build your commissions. And then, you know, we were very, very careful in the past 2 years to only talk about GotBackup, because as you guys have always heard, if it's not simple, it's not duplicatable. But if you want to, instead of going from making 5 figures a year, 6 figures a year, to potentially making 7 and 8 figures a year, you got, you know, did Elon Musk build SpaceX by going, I don't want to, I just want to make some money. I don't want to learn. I don't want to do nothing, right? This is for the right people. So BossStreet will fit in here. And part of the coaching in BossStreet, we're going to teach you how to use and sell the other tools like SendShark and VidUber and My Own Meeting and so on and so forth. Okay. So BossStreet, when you join now, guys, you're going to get access to a new members area. There's not a lot in there because today is day 1. Okay. All that is in there right now is a video from Chris, Tammy, and I welcoming you in. And then the coaching is going to start in the coming days. Okay. So we will be doing live coaching at least once a week and putting everything that we can into that members area. So there's going to be a lot to learn, but let me tell you, it's going to be the real world information that you need to know to truly become your own brand online. Okay, guys?
And Joel, the question when the enterprise, he's talking about slide number 5 with the enterprise package.
Slide number 5. Let me go.
On the pricing.
Oh, the enterprise, yeah.
Oh, 119. Yeah, so that will go live in the coming weeks when we launch this new price model. $997 for just backup, $1997 for backup and share plus unlimited storage, and the new enterprise will go live then as well, and so forth. Hope that makes sense. Any other questions, guys, that I saw in here? that you guys saw?
No, I think everything looks pretty clear. And
Yeah.
folks, if there's any confusion on any step of it, folks, we're going to be with you every step of the way. We're not going to leave you hanging. I know sometimes when you do something for the first time, there's like 1,000 different ways to look at the information and the different perspective of how we look at things. Everything is going to be clarified. Folks, this is really good news. What's going on here is we're moving to a whole new level, and you will see your income increasing. You can see your skills increasing, the easy use of the software, and you'll see more and more people just say, you know, one thing, just a quick tip. This is how my brain works, is there's so many people that are dealing with laptops that are not running so well because they're too full.
Yeah.
That, I mean, there's a majority of people are dealing with that. They can't afford buying another laptop. Imagine, just like an older cell phone. It's full of pictures. You can unload all of that, make sure it's on the cloud, and get rid of a lot of the things that are in your phone that clutter your phone so it runs like it was when you first bought it or close to. And I mean, these are way to create value for people to want to try. So I'm kind of going in circle here, folks, so you understand that we're going to share with you everything we have as to how we've been able to succeed with GotBackup. So Joel, it's a real honor to partner with you. Tammy and I are super excited. You have no idea how much we want you to succeed, and we will give everything and then some coming from our end. And I know Joel is the same. You guys are really going to benefit from all of this. Back to you.
Yeah. So just to be clear, because I saw a couple questions similar to Calvin's here. When you sign up to Boss Street right now, you're going to get access to a new members area, a new networking software so that you can network amongst yourselves. But there's not a lot in there yet. Why? Because we're setting up the coaching. Okay. Mm-hmm. Over the coming weeks, you're going to see more and more content go in there based on all your feedback. Hey, Joel, this live call was good, but I was confused about this. Or can you explain SEO a little bit better or whatever? And we'll start shooting more content that will be there evergreen forever in your members area. There's not a lot there now because we want to build this coaching based on what we know, but on how to deliver it to you for the best way for you guys to understand it. So over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see more and more content go in there. Once we're comfortable that the content, has massive value, then you will have your own Boss Street affiliate link to be able to promote the Boss Street program. Now, we kept the domain neutral, Boss Street, in the sense that everybody wants to be their own boss, right? So it's an entrepreneurial program that's not just for network marketing. It's for e-commerce. It's for conventional business as well. It's for anybody who wants to become their own boss, because believe me, the internet marketing I'm going to be teaching isn't just good for network marketing. It's good for anybody who wants to sell anything on the internet, whether it's cars or cookies or dogs or cats or whatever. And yes, Kelly, the live calls will always be recorded and be available in the members area, because we understand that not everybody's going to be able to be on the live call. But not only will they be recorded, you'll have the live calls recorded. Under there, you'll be able to put comments. Hey, at minute 43, you talked about this, but I didn't quite understand it. And us as your coaches and our team will go in there, we'll network with you, we'll answer questions. If we see common questions about certain aspects, we will do more videos on that to make it more and more clear and so forth, if that makes sense, guys. Awesome. We've gone an hour and a half, 90 minutes. So everything takes effect in the coming weeks, guys. You can invest now. You'll be able to network now. Our first coaching will probably be later this week when Chris and Tammy land back in Florida. Yeah, you could probably pay with your wallet at a later date. Will we possibly? Oh boy. Good question. 1-to-1, like I said. So we'll have our recordings in there. You'll be able to comment on the recordings and the classes. We will come there and we will respond. No, at that price point, guys, yes, of course, we'll be talking to many of you, but it's not going to include one-on-one coaching right now. I'm doing a one-on-one coaching program where I get to meet with the person twice a month for 30 minutes. And it's costing me $1,000 a month right now, guys. Okay. Why? I always want to learn too. So if you're expecting to be able to pick up the phone and spend one-on-one in an hour with us, no, it's not that type of coaching. But if you have questions, we will be the ones answering those questions on an individual basis, if that makes sense.
And Joel, one thing as you're looking at the questions here very quickly, I know we're talking about different languages, French, Spanish, Italian.
Yes.
Folks, with the
Very.
AI capability out there and all the filtering software that can take an English speaking video, convert it in all languages that you want, with the mouth moving, matching the words that are being said in that language, with the AI, which it brings, this is how powerful that is. There's also a danger with that, because you could have people say things they never said. But my point in saying here, folks, is we'll be able to do all the languages. But the platform right now we're working on is English. We need to make sure the platform is solid, information is there. And after that, to translate all this in all different languages. So this is coming. So stick with us. Because I know je parle français pour mes associés sont francophones. On vous oublie pas. For people who speak in Espanol, same thing. And Italiano, same thing. So we haven't forgotten anybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly. And I forgot what I was going to say. There was one more question. Let me just see if I can find it. So some people are saying there's a lifetime. We did it yearly because, again, guys, we want recurring commissions, 25% going to you guys. So it's a yearly fee. However, at the end of the year, if you feel like, hey, I've learned all that I really need to know to really get out there and explode my brand, you don't have to stay. We would love if you stayed a member, because we're going to be delivering content all the time, but you don't have to be. So no, we didn't create a lifetime on this. And it's because we want the recurring income to come in for all of you guys on the $99 a month or the $497 for the year. But by all means, if in a year from now you're like, man, I'm rocking, well, get this. If you truly, I can just about guarantee this. If you come to the class and you implement what we tell you, I can almost guarantee, and I can't guarantee because of FTC, but you're going to make a lot more than your $500 investment on the coaching, guys. So if this time next year you're starting to make $2,000 a month, let's say, are you going to cancel your coaching? Probably not, right? So anyway, guys, just trying to see if there's any. Product access begins almost right away, Kelly. Like I said, when you become a Boss Street member, you'll have access to the exclusive Boss Street members area, but there's not a lot in there. We're going to start getting on that very, very quickly. And yes, guys, like Lee says here, I still invest in my education all the time. We have a new top affiliate. This is the guy who I'm paying the $1,000 a month to, a new top affiliate that I never met. And he's generated almost 2,000 sales from TikTok alone.
Amazing.
Do you not think I want to learn what he's doing on TikTok?
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's worth every $999 per month that I'm paying him, right? But I'm paying him once I've mastered TikTok myself, which I haven't through this wonderful individual, it will become part of our coaching, if that makes sense, guys. So, the thing is, you never stop learning. So in my advice, I would never leave the coaching program, because what we teach this year, there's going to be new things next year. I'm going to meet other influential people. Like when somebody makes almost 2,000 sales through TikTok alone, like that's somebody I want to learn from, right, guys? Oh, there we go. Yeah, somebody put go Josh. Some people know who he is because they keep getting the upline emails. Josh brought another person in, another person in. So anyway, guys, you get the point. Anything you want to say, final words, Chris or Tammy?
No, I think everything is pretty clear here. I'm just looking at the comments. One of them is the $497 annually, folks. It will be divided among, as Joel mentioned, over the 12 months, so you can get paid your commission. And this is exciting, folks, because you're going to get paid on all the things that we're going to be delivering that's going to help you make more money into your business, because now they're going to be educated by improving their skills. Folks, this is brilliant. If you think about this and you look at the big picture, we have a complete package now. The product, we got the wonderful service behind it, and then we have the training, the knowledge, and everything else. So Joel, this was the missing part that now is available, and you get paid commission for this. Is so brilliant. So I'm excited, Joel. I'm really excited.
So the one person which will answer this last. So the training is mostly video. No, we will be doing weekly lives. We will be doing, of course, recorded videos, but we will also have Word documents, PowerPoints, PDFs, because some people like to read and learn, some like to watch and learn. We'll have all that types of stuff. Whatever your favorite means of learning is, we'll definitely have it in there. We'll even have some audio style ones, so you can just stick it in, on your phone and listen while you're driving in the car, all that kind of stuff. The Boss Street affiliate program itself will go live probably in about a month, because we don't want to launch it to the general public right now without having content back and forth where we go, okay, we really know what the whole world wants to know. So probably, Gary, in a month or so, you'll be able to. So the way we structured it, with 4 referrals on Boss Street, your Boss Street is paid for as well. Okay.
Always give amazing value, Joel. I love it.
Yeah. If you go to Boss Street Coaching, guys, and log into your members area, it's $497 for the year. That's 50% off. We're going to do that for 5 days. Then the yearly is going to go to $697, or you can choose the monthly plan at $99.97 per month. And again, guys, we didn't launch this. Well, one, we couldn't afford to do it, but we didn't launch this coaching at $10 because we want serious people. The amount of people who, the other challenge with GotBackup, because the business opportunity is only $10 a month, people don't engage, right? They sign up and they forget about the $10, right? 4 months goes by, 5 months goes by, 6 months goes by. They're not really engaging because they don't even notice the $10 coming off their credit card. By charging $99 a month, we're getting serious people who are going to engage and going to take action on everything that we teach. I hope that makes sense. So with that said, guys, have an awesome, wonderful, amazing day. Chris and Tammy, I couldn't be more excited to be partnering with you all on this. So again, guys, this is going to generate more commissions. It's going to generate new affiliate links for you. It's going to generate a lot of cool things. So you get an affiliate link whether you pay for the year or not. We'll answer those on the first Boss Street call, guys. Because we're almost 2 hours in here. So see, we always want to over deliver. It's like I'm torn because I want to stuck here and answer every single question, but people want to get on with their Saturdays as well. Any final words, Chris and Tammy, that you'd like to say?
No, we're honored to be here, folks. And I'm telling you, we will over deliver. We will do everything we can. And I know that, what we've done has helped a lot of people succeed. And we just want to deliver everything we can. So Joel, it's a real honor to partner with you. And we're really excited about that.
Yeah, we are too. We're excited to help you all as much as we can, guys. Have yourself an awesome, amazing, wonderful day. And we'll see you on the first coaching webinar in the coming days. Take care, everybody.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks for being here. Really appreciate your time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.